Welcome to A Pair of Thoughts. I'm your host, Slim,
And I'm Relay.
and we have our very first guest on our show ever. Would you like to
Yes.
introduce yourself, Marvin?
Slim and Relay.
Yes. So
Hey, I'm
Marvin
Marvin.
is a
How you
good
doing?
friend.
I'm from Carson. And how you doing?
Cool. We're good. Marvin's a good friend. He's been a friend of ours. We all grew up in Carson, and we're happy that you're able to join us today as our first guest ever. So bear with the technical challenges because we're not pros, but we appreciate you for joining the show. What are you drinking, Marvin? I see you got that
I'm
red
drinking a
soda.
little vodka and Simply lemonade with
okay.
pineapple slice.
Got my
I'll
little
have to pick
Jack
up a
and
bottle
Diet.
for him.
Yes. I got my Jack and
Oh,
Diet because Interstate's only in California, so we got to make sure it gets spread across the United States so all of us can partake in the bounce back. So we call it, Marvin, the bounce back because when you drink it, no hangover or anything. So you just like bounce back the next day. It's not a
So she
hangover.
made a
that's
hashtag.
Jack and Diet.
This is.
Okay, that's called Jack and Diet. No hangover. Okay, I'm on that.
No. Interstate is no hangover.
Interstate. I'm sorry.
Yes. Jack, you might feel some type of way the next day.
Okay.
But it's really good. You had a big achievement today. Sarah High School did what?
We beat Bakersfield Liberty High School. Yes.
In the state, right? State final.
State championship. The best
That's
team in the state.
amazing.
Yes.
State of
My
California.
son went to Sarah. Yes, so I was
Yes,
proud.
he did.
Yes,
and some of his coaches are still there. Coach Bernard and the basketball team is doing well.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
That's an awesome achievement. You've been there for some years now.
Yeah, 10 years. 10 years.
Making an impact on those kids' lives. That's great.
Yes.
See, we
And
need
since
more of that.
some of them went pro, right? Don't you have quite a few that went pro?
Yes, sure did. Dory Jackson plays for the New York Giants.
Nice.
Rasheem Green plays for Seattle. And we have a few more. Tyler Hall plays for the Rams. So we have like 3 to 5 out there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's
and then
awesome.
you got Mark's friends, right? Marquise Lee. You got Robert
Marquise
Woods.
Lee, Robert Woods. Those guys.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the OGs. They set the foundation.
No, you
Yes.
set the foundation because you did play for USC, right?
Oh, yeah. My Trojans, I'm excited. We just got a new coach, too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm excited.
I heard you guys were trying to get Deion Sanders, but he's like, I'm not leaving HBCU. I'm staying at the HBCU. You saw he just got the top recruit out of high school.
I did see that. He got Travis Hunter, who's the number one player in the country.
From
And
Georgia, right?
Deion is doing his thing.
Nice.
That was my favorite football player.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
That was my
When I was in college, I loved Deion Sanders. Yeah.
It's my favorite crush.
Really?
I had a major crush on Deion Sanders for sure.
Prime time.
He and Michael Jordan were my two favorite athletes of all time.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a theory there, right? Both are dark, tall.
Yeah. Athletic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both are the best at what they did.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Well, we want to thank you for being our first guest. We really appreciate you spending a couple of minutes with us tonight for the
I'm excited.
technical hookups. But
yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Let's get to our topic, okay? And our topic, which is very interesting, I'm sure many will want to hear, is what's your stance on second chances? So whether it's relationships, friendships, whatever, we just want to know what's your stance on giving people a second chance, right? So I'm going to ask a couple of questions just to get a male's perspective and a woman's perspective. And, this is a topic I think that everyone has interest in because anyone who's been in relationships know that people make mistakes, right? People don't always do the right thing. Sometimes it's not intentional, but, just really want to understand if you truly believe that people deserve a second chance when it comes to relationships.
When it comes to relationships, my stance is that everyone deserves a second chance. Everyone. I think it's human nature that we all make mistakes. No one's perfect. And I believe in second chances because that you get the chance to improve on your own. And as far as trust, it is synonymous with trust. And when you break someone's trust, I do believe you should get a chance to gain it back.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think
Gain
forgiveness is a
it back.
fundamental to human relationships.
And I
I
guess
agree
it
with
would
you.
come at a different
Did we
yes.
lose him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So second chances, I believe everyone's entitled to. Now it's what you do with that second chance. You guys think about second chances.
I just went through a second chance and it
Hello?
didn't work. Can you hear me?
And it didn't work. Yes, I can hear you.
It didn't work. I just
It
went
didn't
through a
work.
second
Okay.
chance situation and it didn't work out. It's so and I think for me, I'm happy I gave the second chance because I was able to kind of vet it all the way out. But it was a little
Right.
disappointing that some of the same issues were still there and never really worked on the other side, where some people spend time improving themselves, some don't, right?
Right. What
Yeah.
about you,
So
Relay?
I believe in second chances under certain circumstances, right? So there's some situations where I feel like maybe a second chance isn't worthy. So for example, if to me, I guess it depends on the relationship. I guess if there's nothing else in the relationship, so say for instance you don't have companionship, you maybe not have kids, you might not have any ties financially together, and you're not happy overall in the situation, and someone goes and messes up, then maybe it's not a good idea to give that, because sometimes you got to really think about, what why did this happen? Okay, let me ask you this: have you ever been the one to cause a distrust, or were you a recipient of it? So I guess the question is, have you ever been in a situation where you wanted a second chance because of something you did? You wanted to be forgiven.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think we all
I've been
have.
on both sides of the spectrum. Yeah, absolutely. I've
You've been on both sides before?
I've been given a second chance and I've had to give a second chance.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
both sides. Yeah.
This is good.
So in fairness, life fairness, I know what it feels like to be given a second chance and actually needing a second chance.
Nice.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I had this debate with some friends of mine today, and they said it's a double standard. It's a rule, right? Like women can't do what men can do. So most of the time in relationships, if a man messes up, the women should forgive or will forgive, because the what was discussed was, when a man messes up and has an affair, it's physical. But when a woman does it, there's an
Emotional.
emotional connection, and so the man is not as apt to forgive. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm a little biased, so I agree with that. That's accurate. You guys as women and your physical goddess temple being, like us as men, can't handle that.
Hmm.
We can't handle or picture you with anyone else.
So
Where you
true.
guys, especially black women, are conditioned where your grandfather or your great grandfather cheated, so it's
Hmm.
gonna happen.
So
Condition
we
yourself
expect
for
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where men can't handle it. We can't handle it, especially black men. We just can't handle seeing our queens or picturing our queens with someone else.
Interesting.
That is so
Yes.
interesting. That's not fair.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
fair, but I'm being honest. I'm being candid as possible.
So if
Because
I
most of
ever
the
screw up, I
time,
should just keep going. Don't even ask me. Just keep pushing. Sorry,
but
But
keep
it's
pushing.
it's kind of like this, like you guys are saying, the whole stigma of men get sloppy, women are smart. You guys could be cheating and no one will ever know it, or
Ever
men will
think
get
it.
sloppy.
Yeah.
will
You know what
will
I mean?
will no one ever know, because a man doesn't snoop and women do? Most men won't snoop, but women do. So,
Man, I mean, I know men that'll snoop, but
mhm.
you guys are just pretty smart. You guys could know that you got cheated on and just be like, give the head nod, like, okay, we're gonna work this out.
Hmm.
But already have your get back already done or planned, and the man will never know.
So you're so true. Women are very, very, very detailed, and they're detailed to the point, like mentally very detailed, and they run off of emotions. So a lot of their actions are triggered by how would I feel if I knew this about this person. So we kind of maneuver our lives very careful, not to, like you said, not to expose, not to give any idea or clue that something could be going on the other side. That's just what we do. That's just what women do.
Absolutely. And when ego gets involved, like I'm one thing, like I'm not God to give to this world. There's always somebody else. Like
Hmm.
there's Denzel, then there's Idris, and there's Michael Jordan. There's somebody else to always replace you. So either you're gonna be on your shit and stay. Can we cuss on this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Either you're
I
gonna be on
curse
your
all the
shit,
time.
okay, and handle your business, or you can be replaced just like anybody else. Like Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, but trust me, he's over there thinking like, come on, she can have anybody she wants,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's so
So
true. Although
yeah.
I followed the anthem of Adele's new song, "You Ain't Never Had a Woman Like Me."
Oh, that's good confidence. That's good.
But
I like
but
that.
I do think the older you get, there's certain things you will or will not tolerate. I will say this as a I'm only speaking from a black woman's perspective. That's the only perspective I can speak through. Most it's hard for it's not easy for a black woman to cheat, and most of the time when black women do cheat, to me, it's to your point, either payback or they've been in a relationship where they're hurt too much, they're not getting what they need, and so someone comes and swoops in and whispers sweet nothing in their ears, and then they're, you know,
I think it comes from a woman being secure
Mhm. Yeah.
and not needing should I say affirmation, confirmation. Like if you down with your man and you know that and you have no insecurities,
Yeah.
just because that handsome dude that you thought never would talk to you tried to talk to you, are you gonna take advantage of that?
Right. No.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
so that's my experiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get caught up in, it's just like let me do the reverse. Like if I'm out and Halle Berry is single and she winks at me, like am I really gonna be like, wow, forget that I'm in a relationship because Halle did it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
yeah.
So
But if if Idris wink at me, I'm dry humping his leg. I don't care who I'm with. It's happening.
whoa.
We
You can watch.
we already talked
You can
about
watch.
that on the show, and she
Yeah,
said
you
she was
can
gonna
watch.
piss on his leg and
Yes.
mark her territory.
Yes. And I'm gonna have to
Idris.
tell
So
it. I'm gonna have to
Idris is
say,
your guy, right? Idris is the one who does it for you.
yeah. And Aaron Rodgers.
He doesn't wash his hair.
Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback of the New York Green Bay Packers. That
She's
Aaron
different.
Rodgers.
She's different.
Oh, okay.
I
So
think he's hot.
you stepped over to the other flavor of 31 flavor. 31 flavor.
I have no color line.
She's like in the what do you call it, the mint section of 31. Because
A-Rod.
no,
Okay.
I thought I could see, and God rest his soul. Rest in peace. I could see Aaron Hernandez, but I know Aaron Rodgers.
Everybody has their own little.
Yeah, that's a little
He's so
bit,
cute.
but whatever. It's your thing. Okay, let me
But
ask you
but
this.
can I say one thing really quick? I was reading about the broken trust, and one of the things is security, the sense of feeling secure. And once that foundation is rocked, that's usually when the trust is broken, right?
Right.
So
So
right.
so do you think people change?
I think people change. I do.
Mhm.
I think I can speak for myself. I think I've changed with age, with maturity,
Mhm.
with been there, done that. And yeah, I think people change.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think
I do
we
too.
all grow over time. with our experience. And some of us, those that don't
Yes.
grow, it's obvious, they haven't grown. But majority of people tend to want to be better, do better as they get older, so they make adjustments and changes. So yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Change is good. Change is great. But my mama always said a leopard don't never change his spots.
What was that George Bush said? Oh, shame on you. He said it all wrong. It was hilarious. Shame on you, shame on me, something. Anyway, they said snake bites you once. You didn't see it coming. It bites you twice. You put your hand in its mouth. That's just an old saying, whatever. But I
Did
do
you
feel
say
like
it right?
people, that's how they. I think so. I don't know, but
She's so hard
I
on
think
you, Relay.
she's so hard on me. But me, I've been in I think you can regain trust back. I've been in a situation where the trust was lost, and over time, through work, counseling, whatever was necessary to repair a relationship, the trust was rebuilt.
Right.
I've been in a situation like that.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you have the same forgiving spirit with your friends that violated trust? Your friends. You've had friends that.
That's a good question. I do. I personally experienced before. Uh, you have best friends, and then you have associate friends, and then just regular friends.
Hmm.
But you could have best friends, but they can get on your nerves like brothers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have friends that you love going out with and you have the most fun with. And, I went through a hiatus of, we had to get it right back because he was mad at me, then we had to get it back. And we went on like almost like a 7-year hiatus.
Oh
Mm.
wow.
And now we're in a good space after talking and hanging out because we basically click. We make each other
Hmm.
laugh and we have fun. But yeah, there was a hiatus, but communication and just the conversation got it back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. See, you
Hmm.
can forgive people. I have a forgiving spirit, so I tend to
Yeah.
forgive a
I
lot.
do,
But
but
what
I'm
I'm
a
learning.
Scorpio, so I do forgive. However, I got that sting though.
Oh,
I don't know, y'all. It's kind of one of the things where you stung me. I might gotta sting you back just a little bit, but that's
My
that
son's a
vindictive side.
Scorpio.
That
he's
vindictive
the same
side of
way,
me, which
right?
is
CJ, he's the same way,
Yeah.
huh?
I'm very close to Scorpios. My son's a Scorpio.
Yep.
And
We'll take
he
it,
is
take it, take it, and then after that, don't let. Yeah, you don't
you
even too
guys are
much.
gonna do what you want to do.
yeah,
You know.
yes, yes,
Shout out to Scorpios.
yes. It's interesting because this new generation though they different. I talk to my daughter about that all the time about if you were in a relationship, I won't tolerate nothing. I dare somebody blah blah blah. It's over and done with. I'm like, you're so young, you don't even understand life yet. Please, you get in a situation, you'll look at it differently. What I don't really care for, and I have friends that are in marriages where you keep giving the person a second chance, and it doesn't necessarily have to be trust broken because of the affair. It could be trust broken because you didn't have my back, or you putting somebody else priority over me. Any reason, but you continue to give them chances, and they haven't changed. They
Grown or
haven't shown
changed.
you anything different. So then, at some point, I feel like you a fool. It's like a what do you
Right.
call it? The
Vicious cycle,
definition of
insanity.
insanity. It's like you keep complaining about you want things to change, but you haven't done anything to push that. And he's
Yeah.
not changing, and you still dealing with it. So why be miserable? So in that
Yeah.
situation, where there's no effort, and because some people manipulate you to make you think that they'll change and they'll work on it, and then after a week or two, and it's like, I'll go to counseling with you 2 weeks later. I ain't going to no goddamn counseling, but y'all done made up already, right? And then you see that same behavior 3 months later pop up.
That's interesting you bring up counseling because most black men shy away from counseling. And I've done it before. And I think it's the best thing
Hmm.
since water. Talking to somebody else that professionally can help you, that's a stranger that you can vent to and, give everything to, and they give you their professional opinion
Hmm.
opposed to a friend's opinion, or a family
Yeah.
member's opinion.
Because it's
So
subjective, right?
us as black men need to buy into that.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mental
But
health is very important, and being able to be
oh yeah,
free and
it's helped
express
me.
that is
It's helped me a
key.
lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm
Whether
I'm
it's
an
marriage
avid.
counseling
Yep.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Tamara, I'm
I
not
agree.
counseling you anymore. My prices just went up.
You tried to steal my counselor. So I was on a virtual counseling session because I get counseling too. She literally pushed me out the chair and took over my whole session with the counselor. And I told him, he was
Wow.
like, I'm sorry. He felt so bad.
COVID.
Like my session was gonna he said, I'm so sorry, but tell her to call me because she really needs help.
This wasn't that guy, Kevin Samuel.
No.
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 Okay.
No. No, he's crazy.
Y'all know who that is, though, right?
I
Yes,
don't
he's a
know
guy
who
on
it is.
TikTok that be checking all the women, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen. Have I seen him? I
I don't know.
don't know.
He does tell it like it is though. He tells it like it is.
Yeah.
He does.
He's a little too real, a little too raw.
I'm
Yeah.
But he,
recording.
huh?
She's like, Mom. I'm like, I'm recording.
I don't hear
Will you see the green screen up? I need to have a light outside the door on.
I do
See,
think
she
though
knows.
at this age in a relationship, I'm almost 50, and in a relationship, to me, you should know better by now. So at this age, I don't think my second chance would be the same as it was at 20,
Oh,
because
Did you say you were almost 40?
yes,
50,
you got it right.
almost 50.
You guys look 40.
Thank
Oh,
you.
why I don't look 30?
Okay, 20. There you go.
But okay, do you feel the same though at your age? Is your second chance different than it was at 30 or 20 or 40?
I do. I feel it's different. I feel like with life lessons comes maturity, and you know, me losing two parents in the same calendar year, life is short. Life is short. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to think for the next generation and think about legacy, and you got to think about your life mate, who you want to end your life with, and how you want to end it, and
Yep.
what it's about. It's about generational wealth. It's about traveling and memories
Mm-hmm.
at this point. But it's also about extending it. Like I would love to play this out to us 90 something,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you
To
gotta,
be that lucky. Same here because we lost
yeah,
our
you gotta
parents
work
back to
out.
back.
You gotta
Yep.
drink your
Eat
water,
right, get rid
eat
of the
right.
pork, the beef, all of that.
Yes,
And only drink half the bottle, not the whole.
yes. 50 is definitely the new 40, and 40 is the new 30. I
Yeah.
believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So how do you
Yeah.
deal with your players? How do you teach your players about trust, commitment, responsibility? How do you, like, if they act up or screw up, what do you do to give them that hardcore lesson that's valuable for them in the future?
My whole thing with the kids I coach is I tap into experience.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there, done that, and I can tell them what's behind door number 2.
So
So
trust is there.
if they're being lazy in practice, you regret when the season is over, you're gonna wish you had this practice back.
Okay.
So don't be lazy. And with this team that just won the state championship, every day we preach that same thing. It's a blessing to be practicing during Thanksgiving. Then it was a blessing to be playing in a game after Thanksgiving. And they just bought in,
Oh,
and they
good.
saw it, and yeah,
But that
that's
comes
it. I
from
just
your journey, right? Because you understand now that it's over how fortunate you were to be in a position to get a scholarship, right? To be in a
oh
position to
yes,
play. Yeah. So you probably would have maybe done some things different knowing what you know now than what you did back then.
yes,
Yeah.
and that I'm glad you said that. That's the one thing I tap into. If I had a chance to do it over, so I feel the onus is on me to relay to these kids, no pun intended, relay to these kids that, hey, I've been there, done that. You have to do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to give them the test answers to the test.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you got the test answers to the test, you should be successful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's awesome.
And it worked. We're state champions, and if I can just touch one, it's rewarding to me.
Exactly.
And that's what we're
Exactly.
trying. That's what we're trying to do with
I love it.
show. Is if one person can walk away with a different perspective, or maybe something that can impact one person. That's all we hope to achieve through this channel. I will say one thing I do love. My daughter is very open and receptive to learning through you, right? Well, my son, he wants to crack his head open 20 times before he figure it out. My daughter, she doesn't want to do that. She wants to go through this journey, taking all the lessons everybody else learned and apply it to her life to be even better. And that's one thing that makes her, to me, an exceptional child, right? So I love that you're doing that. I love that you're giving back by working with the kids.
That's amazing.
And I do agree with everything you said. I think people deserve a second chance, but you can't be a fool. You got to know when. You got to know when it's the time to give someone a second chance and when it's not.
And when it's not is when it's affecting your health and your mental sanity. Anytime that you're in an unhealthy situation, then of course it means it's not working for you. So that's when you got to make that call for yourself. Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So because I read this article on bustle.com, and it was like, when should you not? And one was motivated by fear. You shouldn't give a chance if you're motivated. So you shouldn't give a second chance if you're afraid that something's going to happen to you if you give a second chance, if that makes sense. So like abuse and stuff like that. The other was someone thinking they change overnight, right? So Tiaza, Slim, you've experienced that where it's like, okay, I made a mistake, but tomorrow I'm a totally different person.
It was actually this. No, come on. I'll give you the password to my phone. What?
No. The worst is
that's your answer.
The worst is when it's your fault that I did it. I did it because you
pushed me to do it. Yeah,
because you pushed me to do it. That's the worst.
That's crazy right there. That one is crazy.
Yeah. Yes. Because of you, I did. Yeah. That's not taking accountability for your actions. That's sorry.
Yes. The other was don't give a second chance just because of your family and friends like them. So you've been with this person for a long time. Your family and friends like them, but you really don't. So you don't give them a second chance because you don't want to hurt everybody else. And then another one was loneliness because you're lonely. I know a couple of people that stay, give people second chance because they don't want to be by themselves. And then jealousy because you don't want to see them with anybody else. And then the last one was just because you love them. And I love that one because you can love somebody, but they not be good for you. You got to know when it's not a good situation. So
I just told somebody, I'll love you forever. I'll always be here for you. I'll take every phone call. We will never be together again. But I appreciate the friendship side of the relationship. We just didn't work together.
Yes. So I will say this. My stance on second chance at 20, 30, maybe early 40s was, yes, I think people deserve a second chance. My stance now is, hell no. If you ain't figured it out at this point in your life, you ain't going to figure it out. Deuces, I'm out.
But relay, what if they have figured it out?
Then it's nothing to talk about. Then you won't fuck up. So there ain't no need for a second chance.
All right.
Well, thank you for giving us some of your time tonight. Would you mind being a guest again?
I would love to be a guest again.
You will? Thank you so much. Can we make you like our monthly honorary visitor?
Yes, I can suggest some topics.
Oh, please do. Yes.
Please do. We appreciate it. Yes. Thank you. I'll send you a preview.
Okay.
And don't forget to go get some of that bounce back interstate vodka.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to A Pair of Thoughts, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take care.
Be the producer.
You gonna do a groove? Yeah.
What's so 1970